Welcome to the Weekday Report for Friday, August 8th. I'm Tracy Pelishek. Here's a brief look at the news. Another Judge Wilk is joining the Circuit Court bench in Kenosha County. Governor Scott Walker on Thursday announced the appointment of David Wilk to succeed retiring Judge Wilbur Warren. Wilk is the son of longtime Judge S. Michael Wilk. The younger Wilk will leave his private practice in Kenosha to take the judgeship. He will fill out Warren's term, which expires next year, and will then have to run for election to the position. The city is in no hurry to reach a decision on the closing of Kennedy Drive. Public outcry has been strong since the city unveiled a master plan for Kennedy and Peoria Parks that calls for the removal of the scenic drive. Many in the community have accused the city of attempting to rush the plan through the approval process. City officials say that's not the case. A vote on the plan has not yet been scheduled as the city continues to determine the exact cost to keeping or losing the drive. Even when a vote does take place, officials say action on the plan is still years away. A recent toxic algae outbreak in Lake Erie that compromised the drinking water for over 400,000 Ohio residents is not believed to be an immediate concern for Lake Michigan. The outbreak forced thousands of Toledo residents to use bottled water last weekend after a toxin created by an algae bloom poisoned the freshwater supply. Because of its deep water and low temperature, Kenosha Water Utility General Manager Ed St. Peter said Lake Michigan is not a suitable breeding ground for the algae and has not been an issue in Kenosha. The city is working on a fix to the recurring problem of barriers near the harbor being taken out by cars. Pillars line Navy Park, where 52nd Street runs into the harbor. City officials say the barriers have done their job of preventing falls into the lake, but they've been damaged in doing so. Now the city is looking to see what new barriers could be installed that would better withstand car collisions. A man whose murder conviction was overturned made his first appearance back in Kenosha County Circuit Court this morning. Teddy Beaker was convicted of the October 2009 home invasion shooting death of Robin Lydell of Brighton, but the state Supreme Court said he and co-defendant John Navigado should have had separate trials. Beaker's new attorney is reviewing evidence. No new trial date has been set. Tanks were removed this week from a long vacant gas station at 75th Street and 7th Avenue, which has become a nuisance for neighbors. What's going on with the site? Bill Guida has the answer in this week's Fix It feature at KenoshaNews.com and in today's Kenosha News. What's trending today? The City Plan Commission signed off Thursday on a proposal for another tattoo parlor, the fourth in the city to open since the city ordinance changed last year. How many are too many when it comes to tattoo businesses in Kenosha? Tell us on our Facebook page. Up next is Joe Potente with Facebook feedback.
The kingfish, flyboarding, and Ebola were among the topics Kenosha News Facebook followers bandied about this week. Asked whether the inaugural kingfish season was a success, Ben Bakke said this team hit a home run. Out of 16 teams, we were in the top 4 for attendance. The players and staff were fantastic. Proud to say I supported this team from the start. Kelly Taylor said far exceeded my expectations. It is nice to have a place to take the kids and not have it cost you an arm and a leg. I hope they keep up the community involvement and that they are here for a long time to come. About the flyboarder who has been grounded in Kenosha's harbor due to DNR regulations, Colleen Weaver wrote, "Land of the free, but home to the regulations." And Ashley Gober commented, "Saw him entertaining and having fun many times and didn't think he was hurting anything. I was more put off by the people throwing their cigarette butts into the water while watching him." We also asked whether people are worried about an Ebola outbreak now that 2 patients are being treated at a hospital in Atlanta. Amanda Hodgson said, "Worrying about Ebola is right up there with the amount of time I spend worrying about getting hit by an asteroid or that Yellowstone finally blows up and takes half of the U.S. with it." And John L. Regner commented, "Let the work be done in the country of origin. Get your head out of the sand. This is a very potent and deadly disease." Add your voice to the conversation by going to facebook.com/Kenosha News. I'm Joe Potente. Back to you, Tracy.
Thanks, Joe. Now here's a look at what we're working on today. Deneen Smith will have a feature on a Washington Middle School alum who's now taking over as principal of the school. And Joe Ward has this week's Sunday Choice feature, a look at Kenosha's battle against the emerald ash borer. Pick up a copy of the Kenosha News and check KenoshaNews.com for all the details on these stories and more. I'm Tracy Pelishek with the Weekday Report.